to talk about a little bit of my story first before I get into anything else. Growing up in school, third grade, second grade, I couldn't read or write and anything like that. And, seeing a lot of my peers, a lot of them were going through the same thing. Being in my community and the state that I lived in, I seen a lot of broken people. I always seen a lot of people that were upset, a lot of people that were down, a lot of people that were hurt. And, me being, 8, 7, 9 years old, I realized that my community needed more. My community could be more. My friends, my family members, they could see and have somebody to look up to and idolize. So, a lot of people were looking up to false prophets, really. They were looking up to people who weren't going to lead them in the right direction. They were looking up to people who were going to get them into more negative things than positive, and that's not good for their futures, and especially all of us being so young. So I knew that I wanted to be the person to change that. And being that my father was a photographer at my young age, I wanted to be on camera because I felt like, what, if I could get on camera, then I could start something for myself. And I could start something, to show my friends and to show my family members, to show them that they could look up to something different and not just what they see on TV or on music videos and different things like that. And then my father was very resilient at first to the idea of me being on camera. It wasn't that he didn't believe in me. It was just that he wasn't so comfortable with the idea of his 9-year-old son being able to be on camera and all over social media. He wasn't comfortable with that thought at first. But, he would always take me to different events that he had to film. And every single time we went to one of those events, I'll always find a way to get on stage or get in front of the cameras. He'd be a little upset at first, but that was just my way of showing him that I was ready to be put in front of camera, that I was ready for social media, that I was ready for different things like that. So once he finally seen that I had that potential, he allowed me to be on camera. He allowed me to be on social media, and that's really when my journey began. So once I started getting into, my motivational speaking and me creating videos, I started to build a fan base. I started to realize that, this motivational speaking thing is really important to the world. And of course, I had a perspective of it, but I never really knew how important it was. And especially at a time like this, with pandemics and different things like that going on, motivation is needed more than ever. And I realized how important of a job that I had. So I tried my best to, and I'm still trying my best to this day to, get my message out there and help as many people as I can, because I genuinely enjoy giving people that motivation, because you never know what anyone could be going through. And no matter how much of a high position that you are in life, everyone has their problems that they go through. Everyone has their moments. Everyone has their bad days. And motivation could be the one thing to get their dream going. Motivation could be their one thing to, get their confidence flowing. So to anyone who's in, or to everyone who's watching right now, if you have a dream, I want you to go chase that dream. Because while we're at this age, while we're, vibrant and we can move and live, we have this big future ahead of us. Go chase your dreams. Go chase your dreams and go make something happen for yourself, because nobody can make your dreams happen for you. And the more you wait for people to give you opportunities, the longer it's going to take for your vision to become true. And the longer it's going to take for your achievements is going to be put on pause, because you're waiting for somebody else to give you that attention. You're waiting for somebody else to give you that fame or give you that name for yourself that you have to go out and get for yourself. You can't depend on other people. And don't worry about what other people think of you. There's always going to be some people who feel like you have to be something else than what you already are. Feel like that you need to be something else than what you already are. But you don't need to be that. Whatever you see for yourself, whatever you want for yourself, that's all that you need. That's your opinion is all that you really need. Because there's going to be so many people in the world that's going to try and tear you down. It's going to try. See, we could look at the world and say, what, the world is a pretty positive place. But if we look at it like that, then we'll be disappointed. Because there is good and then there is bad. But you have to focus more on the good than you do on the bad. Because if you just focus on the bad, then you could become discouraged. And you could become, you could feel like, it's no point in even trying, because everyone's just going to tear me down. Everyone's just going to knock me down no matter how much I try. But that's why your main opinion is the most important. How you feel about yourself is important. If you feel like what I'm doing is right, or if you feel like I'm good at what I'm doing, then that's a great perspective to have going into the world. Because anybody and everybody's going to tell you what to do, how you should be doing something, but you have to look at it. You're already starting something for yourself. You already have something going on for yourself. And anytime you question, if you ever question, am I doing a good job? Am I doing a great job? Or am I really doing the right thing? Or, I failed so many times, maybe I should just quit, or maybe I should just give up. Never ignore the fact that every single day you wake up, you're making progress. Every single day you wake up and you put in effort into your dream or into whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you're making progress. Because you're not just sitting around in the house, you're not just sitting outside, you're putting time into your dreams. You're putting times into your goals, and that's the most important thing that you can do throughout your day. You can look at other people and admire them, look up to them, but don't look at them so much to the point where you distract, you distract from yourself. You ignore yourself. Make sure that you have your attention and your dream. Make sure that you have your confidence up, your self-esteem up. Make sure that you're not worried about other people's opinions. And sometimes it's going to be the closest people to you as well. It's going to be your friends that may disappoint you. It's going to be your family members that may disappoint you. But like I said, you have to be that one person for yourself to uplift yourself. You have to be that one person for you to bring yourself up. So, and also relating to that, I want to say find the lion inside yourself. When you think about a lion, what are the 4 quality things that you think about? Lions are strong, they're courageous, they show leadership, and whenever they want something, they go out and they take it and they bring it to their families. So you have to be a lion. You have to be courageous. You have to be strong. You have to show leadership. You can't keep following behind what other people are doing. You have to follow what you're doing. You be the next leader to your generation. Whoever's on top, or whoever you feel like is on top now, go chase them. And it's not about competing with other people. It's about competing with your progress. So I just want you to know that whatever level that you're on, it's always somebody else that's right here. So don't ever get too comfortable with wherever you're at. You have to be a part of the hunt. You have to be in the game. You have to go chase those things. So back to what I was saying, you have to be that lion. But the more you hide from the world, the more you hide from your dreams, the more you hide from your potential, and every time you come close to a new experience and you hide from that, what do you think about when something hides? Every time it's afraid, every time it's in danger, that's a turtle. They hide in their shells and they don't come out until they feel like, they're in their comfort zone, but that they're in safety. But the more you stay in your comfort zone, and the more you won't move and you won't get up. You won't make things happen for yourself. You won't accomplish anything because you're sitting in that same spot. You're not making anything happen for yourself. So that's why I'm telling you to be the lion. Go out and chase those things so you can have it. If a lion was sitting around all day and just saying, you know what, I'm hungry. You look at all the days past, they're not going to have anything to eat. They're not going to be able to feed their families. So you have to be that lion. You have to go chase those things. You have to go out and get those things. And even though problems may come, even though those challenges may come, just know that only means that you're alive. Just know that only means that you're here and you're living. Look at the blessings before you look at the negative. Look at the good before you look at the bad. Because if you just say, you know what, I'm going through all these problems, I'm experiencing all this pain, all this pressure, then you're just going to feel like you should just give up and quit it. But those problems are a blessing because it's letting you know that you're here. If you're not facing new problems along the way, then that's another sign that you're still in your comfort zone because you're not going out, you're not touching new things, you're not feeling new things, and you're just going through the same exact problems. That means that you're not coming out your comfort zone to experience anything new, to have any new kind of problems. So that's also another form of progress. That's also another form of you doing what you need to do or you doing what you have to do to be able to experience different things. But also remember to always go after your dreams because everything is possible. If nothing is truly impossible until you tell yourself that it's impossible, nothing is genuinely, there's nothing that you cannot accomplish, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. There's nothing that you cannot accomplish. All things are possible. Everything that you put your mind on is possible. So you can think about, you know what, I want to be the greatest singer in the world. Or I want to be the best filmmaker in the world. I want to be the best actress in the world. If you don't go out and make that happen, then it won't happen. Stop thinking about the things that you feel like aren't possible, because the more you sit and you think about something, then there's no action happening in that. You have to look at different videos to figure out what you have to do. You have to actually go in that world and experience it. And that then you truly get a taste of, you know what, maybe I can accomplish this. Maybe I can start doing this. Maybe I can start getting this going on for myself. You start to feel it the more you go out and you experience it. And make sure that you dream bigger than your environment. Make sure that you dream bigger than the place that you live in right now, because this is a gigantic world that we live in. And we could be accomplishing so much more. To me, when I was living in my neighborhood, I realized that a lot of my friends thought that that neighborhood was all that it was. They felt that that's all that they were ever going to be, and all that they were ever going to live up to was their neighborhood, and that they were going to be a product of their environment. one thing my father always told me is that it's more than where you live at right now. It's more than what you're seeing right now. And once I started to, motivational speak, I got to see the world. I got to go into Jersey. I got to see beautiful places in Africa. I got to see beautiful places in other countries as well. And it really opened my eyes to so many things. And I realized that, you know what? The place that I grew up in doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to become who I am. I could be something or somebody completely or totally different and inspire the people in my neighborhood so that they can be something completely and totally different as well. And also a fan base. Build a fan base off of doing something that you enjoy, that's quality for you. Don't feel like you have to embarrass yourself. And this is for, younger people who may be watching this, because I look at social media and I realize a lot of people do things that's embarrassing themselves that they're not really proud of at the end of the day after they posted or after it's been on TV. And even though they're famous now, that's still going to be their image forever. So as they get older, they may resent it a little bit and they say, when I was younger, that isn't what I am now. That's not who I want to be now. So make sure that you're producing quality. Make sure that you become popular off of something that you can look at in the future and go, you know what? I'm proud of myself for doing that. Or something that your kids or your grandkids could look at in the future. You know what? I'm proud of my father. I'm proud of my grandfather, my mother, my grandmother for doing that. Make sure that the people who you have around you are going to look up to you. And make sure that you always know who's laughing with you instead of who's laughing at you. Because that can get us tied up in the world too, not knowing who our friends are. So we can think that someone has our back the whole time, that someone really supports what we're doing, but they could actually be supporting our downfall. They could actually be supporting, us not accomplishing our dreams. So always make sure that whenever you build a fan base or that whenever you're doing anything, it's in a positive light, or not even positive, but something that you could look at in the future, or you could look at right now, and be like, I'm happy with this, or I'm in a positive space with this. And to the parents who are watching this, I just want to give off a quick message to all the parents, or, don't look at your children in the future, or don't look at them now and be disappointed because they didn't turn out the way that you wanted them to be, or because they didn't be the image that you wanted them to be. Because as me being 14 years old, I know that there's so much more for me in the world to learn. I know that I won't be the same person in the next 5 years or 10 years from now. I'm going to be a completely new person. I'm going to experience new things and I'm going to be different. So just know that your kids are always going to turn out different. And just because that you may not be proud of it doesn't mean that you have to be resentful to them, because they're still finding themselves at, even the ages 20 and 30, you're still finding yourself. You still don't really know who you are. We're never done growing. We're always growing. We're always learning new things. We're always becoming a new person each and every day. We never stay the same. We literally never stay the same. So to the parents, don't be disappointed, even when your kids get wrapped up in things that may be embarrassing, or that may be humiliating, or even to the children, if you get wrapped up in something humiliating or embarrassing, don't feel down about that, because things happen in life. You can teach your kids any and everything, all the information in the world, but it's about experience. You can have all the wisdom and knowledge in the world, but once you get out in this road and if you don't know how to use it, then it's like, what's the point of having it, really? But once you go through different experiences, then you'll know how to use it way better. Then you'll know how to use the knowledge that you were taught, and you know how to pull all those things together. But experience is really the biggest teacher that you can have in life. Not a person or not anybody else, but that experience, because you are learning firsthand. It's like when babies learn how to walk. They get up, they take a few steps, and they fall. That experience is going to teach them how to keep getting up and keep getting up and keep getting up until they finally learn how to walk successfully. And that's with anything that we do in life, with anything. So we have to keep tapping into our potential, tapping into our greatness. And, we may fall sometimes, we may fall continuously, but the more we get up, that's all it's about. Life is going to knock you down each and every day, each and every day. And that's another thing I can tie into that is finding people who support you, finding that good friend group, or finding the people in your family that's going to keep pushing you, no matter the failures that you've experienced, no matter how many times you've fallen, no matter how many times you felt like you've wanted to give up. Having those people in our circle who push us when we don't feel like pushing ourselves, when we don't have the motivation to motivate ourselves, having those people around us to motivate us is going to be super important in your journey. So just make sure that you always have that group of people who support you. It's basically like surrounding yourself with yourself, surrounding yourself with a group of people who match your energy and who match what it is that you're trying to do. So always remember, no matter how many times you fall, it's always about how many times you get back up and you go out and you try to accomplish your dreams, no matter how many times you fail. Look at the people who inspire you. Look at the people who motivate you. You don't think that they've failed sometimes? You don't think that they've made mistakes sometimes? Of course they have, especially if they're super successful. They've made mistakes. They've failed. They've did things that they weren't proud of at the moment, but they've never stopped. That's why you can look at them and say, wow, they're successful. Wow, look at how great they are. That didn't come overnight. That came from experiences, that came from having a great group of friends around them, that came from so many things that molded them into that experience. So to everyone who's watching, if you took one thing from my message today, just know that the main thing that I wanted to get across was to always chase your dreams, always chase your future, no matter what life puts you through, no matter what people put you through, because all the experiences that we go through is just for us to learn from. It's just for us to get back up. Because listen, mistakes are really a beautiful and positive thing. You may not realize it, but those mistakes that we make are really for us to learn. If we don't make mistakes, if we don't go out in this world and experience failure, then we won't ever know what it feels like to grow. We won't ever know what it feels like to, be a new person and be able to accomplish new things. That's my main message that I was trying to get across today. And in closing, I just want everyone to know that no matter what life puts you through, always get back up and go out there and accomplish your dreams. Thank you.